Hi, I'm Jill Bellerman, and I'm a five-step assessor and trainer. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I've used ChatGPT, the free version, to help assess how well the competencies of the five-step method have been met. And we also have another video by a colleague, Steve Staunton, and he shows you how to use Otter AI, the paid version, which I think is more sophisticated and slightly more useful, but it's developing all the time. There are various guidance documents we've done about assessing competencies as a practitioner and an assessor, and we've updated these with tips for AI. And we have a guidance document on using AI to accompany these videos. So it gives you suggestions of the types of questions you can ask, and they'll all be on the website by September 2024. And the recording today is July 24. So you need to check for updates on ChatGPT, and it's really rapidly evolving. I went on yesterday, and there were new features on there, so always do check. So I'm just going to give you a little explanation of what ChatGPT does, its pros and cons, and some tips, and then I'm going to demonstrate how I've used it and share the results. So the first thing is ChatGPT. You're going to need the transcript of your actual five-step method session. So that's your real live session into a transcript with all the timelines of what the practitioner and the affected family member said. You can get a transcript really easily now from Zoom, Microsoft Copilot, other programs. If you only have the video recording, that can be inputted into programs like Otter AI, and it will instantly generate a transcript. It does depend on the version of Otter AI. If you don't have the paid version, we can help you out and get you a transcript. Transcript quality does vary quite a bit. It is improving, but it definitely depends on accent, the loudness and the tone of your voice. So you do need to speak a little bit more slowly, but you can get it to learn things. It never spells my name correctly, but you can kind of input it and it will learn your name for future, so the transcript's right. So let's discuss the pros of using AI. I mean, the main advantage is the speed. If you've never used it, you'll be amazed at how fast it can generate the transcript lines, or actually any other information that you want. There's multiple uses of ChatGPT, but it can save you quite a bit of time. It quickly identifies the evidence. It gives you the exact transcript lines of all the evidence related to an exact competency. But it can give you something very general, like, how well did the practitioner summarize? Just give me a one-sentence summary, and it will do that. But really, we want something a little bit more detailed. It can also suggest improvements for your session, and it does it pretty well, and it can also give a score. So it can be quite impressive and useful. But there are some drawbacks. ChatGPT doesn't always identify all the relevant transcript statements. Sometimes it might give you one, so you have to ask it for more details. It also doesn't seem quite as good for table 2 on the counselling skills, but it is a machine learning model. It will get better, but it does give slightly different answers if you repeat the process with the same transcript. But despite all these issues, it does speed up the process. It does provide valuable information, but the most important thing is you do have to check it and make sure there's no identifiable client information, and adhere to your governance procedures. And it's really to say this is personal preference. Some people will never use this. Other people will just use it as an aid to do their competency assessment. The supervisor might use it. The assessor might use it. Even if you're not doing accreditation, you just want to quickly check and think, well, did I do that? It can be very helpful for that. Some organisations have, say, very strict protocols in place. Others prefer to give personal feedback and have those systems. But it can be really useful. Some other tips for using ChatGPT is you need to check things like the word count. It's changing all the time about the word count, whether you can input documents, how it does things. But it will give you the exact transcript lines that demonstrate what the practitioner is doing to meet those competencies. So what I'm going to do now is show you how I've used ChatGPT. And I'm just going to show you a couple of documents, first of all, to show you what I'm doing. So first of all, I had the transcript that I got. There's the share screen. That's the transcript of all the things that were said in my session with Richard. So that's the transcript that I'm just going to copy and paste in, or I think now you can actually input the whole document as a file. The other things I'm going to just show you is we have this guidance document. So this gives you tips for using the AI. It gives you all the questions in Otter. And it then goes on to ChatGPT and gives you examples of some of the things it said. So I'm going to stop sharing that. And now I'm going to go into ChatGPT. So let's just share my screen for that. So what I've already done here, I have asked it here I'm going to say here, can you state all the transcript, sentences, examples in full, and the timings to show the evidence that each of these competencies were met by speaker one? And normally I'd put in the figure there. And then I've inputted all the different competencies from step one, and there are 17 of these. So I want to input the transcript. So let me just get my transcript up. I'm just going to stop sharing that one. Let me just copy and paste my transcript. Let me just get that one up. Okay, so I've got my transcript. Make sure I've copied that. Let's just go back to chat and make sure that I'm inputting my transcript. So I've put the transcript in. So what you can see is the competency. Did I give a warm welcome? And it's giving me the minute that I said that. So what it will continue to do is work its way down each of the competencies. So did I set a clear agenda? So yes, it's telling me my exact sentences. So I'm just quickly showing you this. So did I introduce the 5-step method? Did I relate it to the stress strain information coping support model? And again, it's just picking up the exact words that I said as speaker one. Did I discuss confidentiality? Yes. So it's telling me that I did and what I said. I say you need to review these in detail. So you can see how quickly it's coming up with all the sentences. It's just given me 2 examples there about the family members and the stresses. I know that I most probably asked more things than that. So it's giving more than one sentence that I said. But again, for some of them, I know that I may have asked a number of things. So I might need to go back and ask it again. So we're now stresses from the family member. It's giving me one example. So again, I would go back and ask a little bit more. Did I normalise? I know that I did this in about 5 places, and it is giving me 3 of them. Oh no, it's giving me a few more. And it's clicking in to other various competencies. So as an example, I'm just going to say, how could I improve the session? Let's just see what it says. So it's telling me I could have been more, I could have enhanced my warmth and empathy, more active listening, used open-ended questions, summarise more frequently. In fact, I know I did summarise very frequently on this video because it was a demonstration one. But anyway, it's giving me some more examples, so some good examples there. And yes, we've got more structure and various other things that it says. So actually it's given a lot of things, some of which may be true and very useful feedback, and some that you need to look at a bit more carefully. So I'm going to stop sharing there. So I hope that's given you a little bit of an example of how quickly it can do things. And you could copy and paste those transcript lines into an assessment document. I'm waiting for the next version that you could just put the competency document in and it would fill it in for you, but we haven't got there yet. So you do need to check it. You can't rely on the answers, but you say if you're just a beginner and you want to check a few things about your skills, it can do that. It can do it for experienced practitioners if you want to probe a little bit more. Very useful for giving feedback from the assessor. You can use it in live sessions and in supervision, but it is a personal preference. So I hope that's just given you a little bit of information. So thank you very much for watching that.